Hello everybody, welcome to OTC Fish Keeper, and tonight I thought I'd tell you guys about a big mistake I made. I wasn't thinking at the time and crazy, and at the same time I'm also going to give you an update on the two newest tanks, the new Angelfish as well as the Peacock Cichlids. So I'll start with the update and then I'll bring my mistake up here towards the end of the video. So in this top tank here, I've got the strawberry peacock cichlids, they call them. They look kind of like albinos to me, but they're very orange. Here's one right now coming out. And let me get you a close-up on those guys. And we do have 3 of them in this tank altogether, and they are doing fantastic. It's actually really cool to see them using the fake and real rocks the way they would use them in the wild. And it's really neat. Now, 2 of them are like this one right here, just zipping all over the tank, checking everything out, eager to eat, eager to hang out. They've gotten used to me and they hang out with me now whenever I come out. And they use these little rock caves a bit. They used them more so initially, but now they're using them less. And then there's this guy here who just hides under the rock all the time. And it's a shame because that's the prettier of the 3. Now he's over here. He's got his little rock world all figured out already. So he knows where all the best crevices are. But nevertheless, it's cool to see him using them. And I thought the rocks would cover more ground than they do. But as it turns out, that was a pretty small pile of rocks. I don't know why it looked bigger before. But they're all super healthy and they're all doing fantastic, zipping around that tank. Really fun to watch. Great eaters too. Always fun to feed fish that are real healthy eaters. And then the angelfish, right below them, and the angelfish are also doing extremely well. Oh, look at these colors are going to come in so good. These are koi angelfish, and oh man, they are going to just be beauties when they're grown up. And they are growing so fast, it's incredible. They're getting big, and just like the angelfish before, they very quickly figured out who feeds them. In fact, you look at, they're all sitting right there at the front of the tank now, wanting me to feed them some more. They're getting along real well with the guppies. Getting along real well with the guppies. They're not bothering the guppies at all. They barely even notice that they're in there. Sometimes the smaller guppies got to be careful around feeding time, because when they get to eating, they will get to eating. And of course now in this cichlid tank, this African cichlid tank, eventually I'm going to get a whole mix of Africans in here. It's going to be really cool. And I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm not happy with my decoration just yet. I got to move some things around. I'm going to put some more gravel in there. Make it really, really cool. In the meantime though, my original goal was to put these 3 in here, and I figured I needed to grow them out. And I figured the best way to grow them out would be to put them in a giant sized tank. But I wasn't really thinking, because if I was, I would have thought about the fact that right around the corner here, I've already got 4 very healthy, very large African peacock cichlids. Same kind, just a different color variety. And if I'm honest, I should have taken these 4 and put them in the tank, and put the 3 little ones in here to let them grow out. So that's my big mistake, was putting the babies in the big tank, leaving these big ones that I've had for about 9 or 10 months in this tank. Yeah, this guy right here, I call him Jack, because he was, as he was growing up, he had an accident. He scraped one of his eyes, and it became infected, and I was afraid I was going to lose the fish. But instead of me losing the fish lost an eye, so now he's One-Eyed Jack. I play a little poker, so that's kind of fun. And he's healthy as can be now. He did lose the eye, but then it completely healed over, and the fish himself is extremely healthy. Yeah, and they're eager to see if I plan on feeding them again too, and I will, because they're growing still, and I like to see them grow. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool. But they are going to look awesome when I get them in that big tank. And I don't know what I was thinking, why I didn't start off by putting them in that tank. So that is my giant mistake. Instead of seeing the 4 full-grown African cichlids in my African tank, I unfortunately only have 3 little babies, which are still cool to look at, but they're no match for what this tank would look like if I had 4 full-size African cichlids. And I could have grown the babies out in the smaller tank, no problem. And I don't really want to switch them at this point because, well, first I don't want to put the stress on them unnecessarily, but also I'm kind of quarantining these guys, especially because, you know, I got them from, well, one of those big box fish stores, we'll say. And a lot of those fish are not as healthy as I would like them to be. So I'm going to quarantine these guys for a few months just to make sure they're okay before I put any other fish in with them. Unless I get a couple, I might get a couple more at that same box store, because they do take pretty good care at this one. I noticed that from one store to the next, depending on who exactly is working there, you get different qualities of fish care. So this one has pretty good fish care. They ask good questions whenever you come in to get fish, especially larger orders. Like when I took the 8 angelfish at the same time, they were very curious about what size tank I was putting them in, how many other fish, and what kinds of fish were already in that tank. So I at least look at that as a good sign. But yeah, so I'm going to have to wait for these guys to grow out some. I don't know how close in size they have to be before I can put them together. If any of you guys know anything about that, you know, like how big cichlids can be and how big and small and kept in the same tank, put something in the comments. I'd love to hear about it, because I personally don't know, and I haven't seen anything yet on the internet. So I'm going to keep looking, and I'll go ask some of the better fish stores what the proper size mix might be there, because these are obviously too small. But this is a nice big tank, and there's a lot of hiding spaces, so I don't know. Obviously I want them to get better, and I want to make sure that, or get bigger, and I want to make sure that they're not carrying any secret disease I don't know about. So in the meantime, you guys keep having fun. Don't make the same mistake I did. Think your fish additions all the way through before you bring them in. And then hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up like button, and of course the notifications, so you can find out whenever I put up my next video, and we'll see these guys getting bigger. So see you later. Have a good night.